guys and gals? Never here from Drake Queen Game. It is 70 Mounts of the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Santa Lucia, Nate's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. He pulls me in again. Our lips meet for a long, passionate kiss. Thank you for a very special night, Ben. You're welcome. Now, let's get back to the dorms before anyone files a missing persons report on us. Right. We make our way home, careful not to make ourselves stand out and attract the attention of public safety. What I wouldn't give to spend every night sleeping next to Nate. Who knows, maybe someday that could be my reality. September 29th, 2018. Selena and the Flying Rat. Ha! Karina! Let out a long, loud groan as I shambled towards my best friend. You didn't tell me it was going to cost $80 to register. What do you mean? It was on the flyer for the marathon. It's not my fault you don't know how to read, dude. I give her the side eye as she bends forward to touch her toes. Looking around, I see there's at least 100 runners who showed up for this. Apparently we're running a half-marathon course that trails down the Santa Lucia coastline. 13 miles of running straight. I can't believe I let you talk me into this. Stop being such a sourpuss. It's going to be fun. You're just grumpy because I had to wake you up at 5:30 this morning. Yeah, whatever. I do my best to imitate the stretches Karina's doing. I'm not as limber as I used to be, but it seems she hasn't missed a beat over the past few years. You know, regular people use the weekends to relax and unwind. Then we must be the most regular people of all, Ben. Lighten up, we did this before when we were younger. Yeah, but that was only 10 kilometers. That took like, what, an hour at best? I can handle that, but half a full marathon is pretty nuts. Oh, don't be that way. Look at it like this. You get to spend time with your best friend doing something you love. Well, something she loves, at least. I could take it or leave it. Whatever you say, Karina. Let's focus on our warm-ups, okay? Right on. What I understand, the expected completion time for this course is about 2.5 hours. That's a lot of running for sure. I guess there's supposed to be a mini-fair happening close to the finish line too, so at least there's something else to do while we're out. I wish it wasn't so cold this morning, though. The coastal breeze reminds me a lot of the chilling wind in Chicago. Malcolm, we're over here! Karina cups her hands over her mouth and yells, then waves wildly towards someone in the crowd. She manages to catch the attention of a chubby bear, who breaks away from everyone and makes his way over towards us. Whew, I'm so glad you can make it, babe! I do my best not to judge what I'm seeing too harshly. The big bear walks up to Karina wearing a baseball cap backwards with his hands stuffed in his jacket pockets. What's up, Gar? Ben, this is Malcolm. He's my boyfriend. Malcolm, this is Ben. He turns to me and smiles. What's up? He nods at me, so I reciprocate. Oh boy. It's, nice to meet you, Malcolm. You can call me Mac. Mac it is, then. Karina's told me a lot about you. She has? She looks away, almost as if... You're the gay one, right? She's expecting something. Malcolm, I told you that in confidence. Ah, so he is. I give Karina the stink eye. Just how many people is she telling about my sexuality? I still need to pay her back for telling Brian. First she invites me to this event, now she's outing me behind my back. Wait a minute, which one? You kinda have a lot of gay friends, babe. Karina, what the heck? I couldn't help it. It's too weird of a coincidence not to talk about it. There's you, Brian, and Nate. Right, now I remember. You said Nate's the guy who sang a duet with that one girl at the orientation party. And Brian's the football jock. He looks back at me with a smirk. Then you're Benny Boy, the childhood friend who ghosted her for 3 years. Ah! I let out a brief sigh while finishing my warm-up. Yep, that's me. Not really one for tact, this guy. Though it's nice seeing Karina on the back step right now. Can we change the subject, Mac? Seemingly satisfied with his display of knowledge about Karina's friends, he returns his attention to his girlfriend. Sure, what's on your mind? I think the marathon's about to start soon. What time is it? Mac doesn't have to do too much. Seems he was already holding his phone in his pocket since he pulls it out along with his right hand. About 7:45. Ah, we start in 15 minutes. The bear leans in and kisses Karina on the cheek. Good luck, babe. You said the finish line is out by the marina, right? I'll see you there in a couple hours. The bear turns around and starts heading for the parking lot. You're not going to stay and watch the beginning? Are you kidding? I'm freezing my nuts off out here. Good luck with the run, though. I raise an eyebrow. Nice meeting you, Benny boy. Once he's out of earshot, I look over at Karina. Did you really have to tell him my nickname? She shrugs her shoulders and frowns. I guess he's not a great secret keeper. Doesn't make him any less cute, right? I roll my eyes and smile. Whatever works for you. Don't dismiss me like that. I'll admit, he's not bad looking. But his personality probably takes a lot of getting used to. At least he's a lot less of a phony compared to that Ahmed guy. Oh my god, is that Karina and Ben? My ears perk up when I recognize a high-pitched southern accent mentioning our names. Oh, it's her, okay. It totally is. I cringe a bit when I notice Chris is trailing behind her. Chris? Shay? What a surprise. Why didn't you tell me you were joining the marathon, doll? We could have been training together this whole time. Oh, you know, I didn't think you'd be interested, that's all. The white wolf flips her ponytailed hair and smiles at her roommate. Didn't I mention I used to be on the gymnastics team in high school? God, this situation is awkward. Maybe. I probably just slipped my mind. Drat. Karina gives me a peculiar look that tells me everything I need to know. She deliberately didn't tell Shay about this. Sorry, but it seems fate had other plans. Ironic you two signed up for the same event then. Maybe I wouldn't have to be here if you did this together. Chris whispers something under his breath. I didn't know you were a runner too, Chris. Oh, not really. I'm doing this for Shay. Aw, isn't he just the sweetest? Shay reaches up and pets Chris on the back of his head. Oh god. He leans into it while trying to stay cool. His tail betrays what he's really feeling, though. This is surprisingly bold for these two, considering they're keeping their relationship under wraps. I'll have you know my boyfriend is here, too. He just got cold and went back to his car. It's no big deal. Wait a minute. You know that these two are dating? When did that happen? I thought I was the only one. Oh, I've known since the beginning, doofus. What? What do you mean? This whole time, I believed I was keeping a secret. Karina was actually the first one I asked for advice, Ben. We spent the whole bus ride to Cambrian talking about it. I see. Still, try to keep it between you two. You're the only ones that know about it. Do I trust you on that, or am I going to find out literally everyone else is in on the secret too? God! Jeez, dude, chill out. You're being such a buzzkill this morning. I rub my eyes, trying to chase away the bad mood exhaustion. Right, okay. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm so excited to know you're running. What times are you aiming for? Oh, well, I'm not aiming for anything specific. I just want to finish and get this over with. I'm gonna take this at my own pace, too. I don't exactly run as a hobby like you three. I'm pretty sure I can make it into the top 10 at least. I've been training for this for quite some time. Images of Karina on the treadmill enter my mind. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I'm aiming for somewhere in that range myself. Karina's demeanor suddenly changes. Excuse me? You think you can keep up with me? I'll have you know running isn't just a hobby for me. I was born to run. Then may the best woman win. You're on, Missy. The girls split off from us and head for the starting line. Wow, those two are surprisingly competitive. You're telling me? Chris scratches behind one of his ears. So, how have classes been? Are you staying on top of your homework? Are you getting along with the others? Chris, I hold up a hand to stop him in his tracks. Yes? It's the weekend. Can you try not being my mentor for a bit? What do you mean? Man, I had my suspicion, but this kind of confirms it. He's so clueless. Let's cut the crap and have a real conversation. You do know how to do that, right? I'm not sure I follow. I bury my face in my palm. This is going to take some work. You can't wear the mentor mask forever, dude. Right now we're just two guys hanging out on a cold, breezy morning. freezing our nuts off. I'm actually quite warm. I shake my head. That's not my point. What I'm saying is, can we talk to each other like friends? And not like whatever the school wants us to be? He stops for a moment, not responding any further. Not everything has to be this big performance, Chris. He goes quiet and stares down at the floor. I hope I didn't offend him or anything. Ladies and gentlemen, the marathon is about to start. Please take your positions at the starting line. A voice calls out from a megaphone on the other side of the crowd. Sounds like we should get going, huh? Right. Seeing as how Shay and Karina are already lined up towards the front of the pack, I see no reason why Chris and I can't take somewhere in the back. We're not aiming for a quick time, so might as well kick back and smell the roses. And maybe I'll be able to crack the enigma that is Chris Davenport. I find myself passing the 1 mile mark at around 10 minutes into the marathon. A large crowd of people surround the road and cheer on the runners as they pass by. So far, so good. I'm not feeling much of a burn yet, though. That's probably because I'm not pushing myself too hard. Chris, on the other hand... Ha! Ha! Poor guy. I slowed my pace to match his, but even this seems to be a bit too much for him. There's no shame in slowing down if you need to. I'm fine. I just need... to breathe. Yeesh. I hope he'll be able to handle the full 13 miles. As for Karina and Shay, they pulled ahead of the pack quite early in the run. They certainly seem to have a rivalry going on. Here I was thinking Brian and Carlos were bad. A bit of pain too, if I'm being honest. For all of Karina's bloviating about us hanging out, she sure isn't spending much time with me today. I guess having a good score is more important to her or something. Even though she's the one who dragged me into this kicking and screaming. Ha! Ha! I imagine it's the same way for Chris. You holding up there, buddy? Yeah. He does his best to steady his breathing. And you? Pretty good, actually. Usually these things knock me out fast, but keeping pace with you has helped me conserve energy. I'm not holding you back, am I? I shake my head. Nah, I wasn't aiming for a good time anyway. That's good. A silence soon grows between us. So, tell me about yourself, Chris. I don't think we've ever had the time together just as dudes, you know? He seems at a loss for words. Man, do they really train mentors not to fraternize with their mentees? Seems like it should be the opposite. Gah! It's not like that. Well, maybe a little. They do tell us to maintain professionalism at all times. I guess I never expected any of you to take an interest in me. I raise an eyebrow. Why wouldn't we? You're a mentor. I don't know, I was always the quiet guy who sat in the back. It's not something I'm used to dealing with. I see. I remember how it was for me back in Bernard Academy, especially as a transfer student. I guess I can relate. You do? I nod my head. Take your time. I'm not trying to pressure you or anything. It's just kind of boring to run so long without having anyone to talk to. What about Karina? I shrug my shoulders. I haven't seen her since the marathon started. Yeah, I haven't seen Shay either. Well, think about what I said. I'm all ears if you want to talk. Okay. All this talking seems to be taking a toll on Chris. I might need to slow down. Sorry. No problem, dude. I'll probably slow down myself down the line. I'm gonna keep going, though. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Zeki. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits and get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5, alrighty. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!